Guys, welcome back. It's time to continue the part two. Let's begin. We last left off, Bruce Banner was an Avenger, so let's continue from there. And when Bruce Banner finally became an Avenger of this or 717 Avengers, his first mission was to help the team investigate a story, investigate the situation and the existence of Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing ends up attacking and defeating the Avengers. Bruce Banner would transform into the Hulk, but ends up getting defeated by Swamp Thing. After being defeated, he would eventually transform back to normal, where Daredevil is seen dragging his body back to the Avengers Mansion. Bruce Banner also gets a call from his old science buddies, Professor Crawford, who believe that he has found the cure for the Hulk. As a result, Bruce Banner would travel over there to receive the cure. While over there, Bruce Banner explains that he doesn't actually want a cure. Bruce Banner explains that the Hulk can be used for a force of good. He also believes that he can also help the world, hopefully by building machines that would help and benefit humanity. However, Professor Crawford realized that the whole thing was a trap set up by this reality's version, Bear von Schlucker, aka the Abomination. They knocked Bruce Banner out and shot him to a machine where they attempted to steal his energy yet again, a machine that Dr. Crawford himself actually created. However, Crawford gets furious and he finds out that Abomination's guards actually killed his wife, which is the whole reason why he took Banner's prison in the first place, to break her free. As a result, he would beat up Bruce Banner, which caused his transformation into the Hulk. The Hulk would fight against the Abomination, and eventually Professor Crawford ends up transforming into this reality's version of Zax. As a result, he would fight against both Abomination and the Hulk. Zax would help Hulk defeat the Abomination, and after that, Zax began to focus his attacks on the Hulk. Eventually, the Hulk would grab Zax and throw him into a river where he would explode. But Zax is seen to have survived the explosion and is still active. After this, Hulk would transform back to normal where he would go back to the Avengers Mansion, which he's officially living in, by the way. That way, eventually, the Avengers would be contacted by Black Panther, who wishes to seek their help and freeing his country from Death Tiger, who has taken the captive. The Hulk and the rest of the other superheroes would go to Wakanda and free it from Death Tiger. While there, Hulk is eventually knocked out by an adamantium missile and transforms back into Bruce Banner, but is saved by the rest of the Avengers before they could kill Bruce Banner in his normal human form. Eventually, after the day was saved, the Avengers were going to go back to the Avengers Mansion, while Black Panther thanks them for ever being in their debt. The Hulk would also forever being in their debt. Eventually, Abomination and Dr. Octopus would actually kidnap Bruce Banner, and they would attempt to clone him by gathering a sample of his blood. This would create this reality's version of a Joe Fixit. Joe Fixit saw the Hulk as his father. As a result, he would help Hulk escape and defeat Dr. Octopus and Abomination. Joe Fixit is offered a spot on the Avengers, but turns down the offer and eventually jumps away. After that event, the Infinity War, Avengers Battle for the Earth would eventually arrive. During the event, Bruce Banner, along with the rest of the other Avengers, are attacked by this reality's version of Abomination. Abomination will fight against the Avengers and nearly defeat them. Bruce Banner will eventually transform into the Hulk and the one-shot Abomination, while Thanos would then come walking through a portal. Abomination ends up knocking the Avengers back in an attempt to defeat Thanos. Thanos will break Abomination's back, and then he would one-shot Hulk himself. Hulk was transformed back into Bruce Banner. Eventually, the Hulk is seen fighting against the ships that invaded New York. After this event, the Civil War Registration Act would eventually come into play. Bruce Banner refused to sign it because he believed that the government would try to use the Hulk for their own purposes. Bruce Banner believed that one Hulk was more than enough for the entire world to handle. He also believes that the government would attempt to create more Hulks. It is also during this time that Bruce Banner would eventually attempt to find his family, as he would attempt to find one of his cousins named Jennifer Banner. Bruce Banner and Iron Man would go to a vacation Eventually, much like in the original timeline, his cousin Jennifer is actually shot. As a result, Bruce Banner will transform into the Hulk and defeat the Hydra agents. The reason the Hydra agents were there is because, yet again, they were tracking Bruce Banner down. General Ross will transform into the Red Hulk to fight against the Hulk. The Hulk will punch Red Hulk all the way up. However, Red Hulk managed to get a sampling, and as a result, so I gave it to Armazola, and Armazola explained it with this: they would create the next super soldier, while Hulk would go and check up on Jennifer. The Hulk would eventually transform back to him after being sent that his cousin might actually pass away. It was revealed that the cousin would need a blood transfusion. As a result, Bruce Banner was the only thing related to her. So as a result, he gave him some of his blood. As a result, Bruce Banner and Iron Man did walk away. As a result, much like in the original timeline, Jennifer becomes the She-Hulk that way and goes on a rampage, fighting against everything. Eventually, the Hulk was able to stop her. The Avengers convinced Hulk not to fight back against the police, who, after stopping Jennifer, and they end up taking her into custody. As a result, she is sent there. When the Civil Rights Registration Act came around, Bruce Banner refused to sign it because he believed that the government would attempt to clone him in an attempt to create an army of Hulks. As a result, he was sent with Iron Man, who, unlike in the original timeline, Iron Man is actually against the Civil War Accords, and Professor X is actually with it. Iron Man would begin to gather some of the superheroes who didn't want to sign up. As a result, Professor X would grab some of the superheroes who did want to sign up. As a result, the two sides would conflict with one another. And eventually, the two sides end up meeting on the battleground. Bruce Banner fights against Colossus, and is shown to be a better fighter than him. Colossus would eventually one-shot Bruce Banner, which leads to the becoming Hulk transformation. The Hulk would then easily defeat Colossus, but before he could finish him off, Rogue would then come and absorb the Hulk's gamma radiation energy, forcing him back into his human form. As a result, Rogue turns into a Hulk-like creature and helps with the battle. Eventually, the superheroes are forced to retreat, and Bruce Banner, along with 3 other superheroes, are captured and played into a cell. And that is where we are with this version's reality of Bruce Banner. Now let's go over his powers and abilities. Bruce Banner, in his normal human form, possesses no unique abilities and possesses the strength of a man his age, who indulges in no physical exercises whatsoever. Bruce Banner has an incredible intellect, as is considered that him and Tony Stark are actually matched when it came to intellect. Bruce Banner, given the right resources and time, can make a gamma bomb of his design, which goes to incredible distances. He is also a great scientist in biology and chemistry. In his Hulk form, Bruce Banner loses also sense of control, and a different personality seemingly takes over. It is hinted multiple times that Bruce Banner and the Hulk are completely different people, as Bruce Banner often refers to the Hulk as a curse rather than the gift. However, as time will move forward, he would eventually come to know the Hulk as a hero that he hopes to control and put on the side of humanity. As for his powers, this version of Hulk has the potential for limitless strength as he gets stronger with anger. His strength feats include defeating the Red Hulk, fighting against the Abomination. He is also tanked an explosion. And was able to take most of the blows from the Abomination and Red Hulk. Red Hulk. As for his durability, the Hulk can easily run through a brick wall. It has the potential to demolish entire buildings. He can also tank adamantium. He also tanked the adamantium missile, but he was knocked out in the process. In a process, his hiding muscles. Thanks to the advanced muscles in his head, he can jump great distances. As a human, though, it was revealed that Bruce Banner had actually been training with Daredevil and Moon Knight. As a result, he could have possibly beaten Colossus in a hand-to-hand fight had Colossus not activated the Venom mode. As for his weaknesses, weaknesses. Unlike the original 616 Hulk, who can breathe in water and space, this version of Hulk seemingly can't. His Earth has been cut off multiple times, and as a result, he gets defeated that way. At the time when he was choked out by the Red Hulk, and it was the other time, when he was knocked out with gas. Eventually, though, as for his healing factor, the Hulk has shown no unique ability to heal, confided by the fact that he simply does not need to. Very few things compares to Hulk's skin. As a matter of fact, his skin has never been pierced from any length of material or weapon. As a result, he is incredibly durable and has never showed signs of bleeding once in his Hulk form anyway. As for personality, Bruce Banner seems very laid back and very hard to anger. As a matter of fact, the only times he did Hulk out was when he was physically attacked, and his self-esteem seems pretty high up there. He has also showed the ability to transform when his cousin was in danger. Much in the original timeline, Bruce Banner transforms with anger, and the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. Meaning he has the potential to defeat virtually anybody in the universe as long as he's alive to keep getting angrier, and as a result, he'll keep getting stronger. Well, guys, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys for joining me. Join me next time when we go over another character from our 717 timeline. See you guys next time.